Hello everyone, my name is Lynx and welcome to another deck profile, this time featuring YOSENJU. Now, YOSENJU is one of those decks that is a classic Duel Link staple. Ever since the deck was released back in Masters of Shadow, it has always seen at least some sort of competitive play. However, the current version of the deck is just so boring. Like, absolutely boring. What it does is make use of the YOSENJU Kama engine alongside a bunch of hand traps like Battling Boxer Veil and Kiteroid to basically poke you to death. Like I said, very boring. Then, when Arc V World released, they received a bunch of their Pendulum cards. These, however, didn't see any play because people just figured out that the regular version was the best way to play the deck. That is, until now. In Cross Dimension, YOSENJU just received a new spell that really help out with their Pendulum playstyle. This is what I built so far. Let's do the card by card. First up, 3 copies of each of the YOSENJUs. These are some huge Pendulum monsters that when summoned just let you send cards back to the hand. Then we have 3 copies of Kama 1. This is probably the best of the Kamas since it lets you send monsters back to the hand. Then 3 copies of the new card, YOSENJU Misak. This card, when Pendulum summoned, can just destroy a card on the field, and when it battles any non-wind monster, it just destroys it at the start of the damage step. Then we have 2 copies of YOSENJU Oyam. This is a good hand trap for when you go first. Then for defense, 2 copies of Book of Moon and 1 copy of Treacherous. And last but not least, 3 copies of the new spell, YOSENJU Orochi Channeling. This card, besides being a non-once per turn searcher for any level 6 and higher YOSENJU, can also just set skills directly from your deck. It's absolutely insane. But now you may be wondering, where is YOSENJU Shinshu L and R? Well, I'm playing the skill Neo Silvio, which puts this card at the bottom of your deck, so you don't have to worry about drawing it. Then for the extra deck, we're just running a collection of good rank 6 and rank 10 monsters, in this case Gustav Max and Ptolemy M7, the rest is just optional. And yeah, that's about it. Let's go to the replays. Our first game is versus Heartpiece, and is here to show you this deck's destructive potential when going second. Our opponent is going first, normal summons Harpy Channeler, discards to special summon Perfumer, use Perfumer's effect to search Hunting Ground, special summons Harpy Cyberslash, uses Feather Rest to draw 2, sets 2 and passes back to us. We activate Book of Moon to flip the Cyberslash, activate Orochi Channeling to bring our scales from the deck, and then Pendulum summon a Dieback and a Misak. We send the 2 back row back to the hand and destroy the Cyberslash with Misak. Our opponent immediately surrenders. Our second game is versus Dark Magician, and it's here to remind you that Orochi Channeling is in fact not once per turn. Our opponent is going first, activates Dark Magical Circle, adds Dark Magician to his hand, sets 2 and passes to us. We activate Orochi Channeling to search for a Misak, and then activate it again to set skills from our deck. Our opponent activates Navigation to banish our high scale, but no problem, we can just set a Dieback instead. We then use our skills to Pendulum summon 2 Misaks, destroy the back row, and go into the battle phase. We then destroy Dark Magician with Misak's effect. I try to run over the Apprentice Illusion, but our opponent has another Apprentice Illusion in his hand and destroys my Misak. The Shinshu destroys itself by Orochi Channeling's effect, and our opponent attacks us for 2000 damage. We then change our Oyam for another Orochi Channeling, search for a Hito, and special summon a Misak and the Shinshu. Our opponent tries to Book of Moon, but he has to target the Shinshu. We then run over the Apprentice Illusion with our Misak. Our opponent activates Monster Reborn to bring a Dark Magician back from his grave. We try to activate Treacherous, but our opponent negates it with Magician Navigation, destroys our Shinshu, no problem. We now just Pendulum summon our Misak, Kama 1, and a Shinshu. We destroy the Dark Magician with Misak's effect, and our opponent surrenders. Our last game is versus Buster Blader, and it shows that not everything is roses in the Whirlwind Village. It showcases the deck's biggest weakness, actually having to go first. We go first, we have no cards, so we pass to our opponent, thank god it's Buster Blader, so it just sets 2 and passes back to us. We activate Orochi Channeling to search for a Misak, we then activate Orochi Channeling again to set skills from deck, we then Pendulum summon a Dieback into Misaks, we send 2 cards back to the hand with our Dieback to save our scales, and destroy the 2 back row with our Misaks. Our opponent activates Sword Memories to summon a Buster Blader, but no problem, we can just run over it and go for a game. And we're back with the deck, and to be honest, I think the regular version is probably still better, but now, thanks to the new support, it's actually kind of close. So if you like pendulums, it's a deck to consider. That being said, my name's Lynx, and if you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like and to subscribe. Peace.